So is it possible, Cassie, for the winner of today's matches to make some hay as far as the playoff positioning, or no?
I would say it's definitely possible depending on how badly the other team loses.
Got it.
Right? So if it's an absolute blow-up on either side, it would definitely be like that. Welcome to the Mr. Olympia Expo final match of the day, regular season finale. Let's get it. This is the Palm Beach Breakers and the Daytona Beach Venom. There was a little false start here on the Venom side, but they were able to make it up. This is Joshua Newell versus Nick Andre on the men's side. So once again, setting the stakes for this particular matchup. It's going to be worth double at the end of this matchup, right? So let's just say, for an example, the Daytona Beach Venom win by 10 points. That means they would actually win by 20 points. 20 points would be added to their point differential, which of course determines who goes to the playoffs at the end of the regular season. Now, if the Daytona Beach Venom get 20 points, that means that the Breakers lose 20 points and they would probably end up negative, okay? It looks like the Breakers have a slight lead on the Daytona Beach Venom here. A little fault on Sophia Davenport, not necessarily locking her hips out all the way here.
Also, it's very key that each partner stays in their hash as the other works. Two players cannot work at the same time as they progress down the grid. Also, something to keep in mind, they want to avoid faults as well on that level.
That's right. You have to make sure you're locking out your hips all the way for both of these movements after the dumbbell is traveling with you. It looks like the Venom are just one element behind. Tori Height just starting to get to the barbell. Jonathan Strepo doing those pistols. Let's take it into that split screen right now so we can compare the two. You can see Sam Boyano is a new sign. This is his very second match with Grid ever. They actually came with Alex Smith. They all train out of the same gym. They weren't expecting to compete this weekend, but they came to support them in Vegas, and Coach Paul Bear kind of just threw them in here. This is Tori Height completing those pistol thrusters here, and in comes Evan Newman and Vita Vetterkind. All right, decent lead that the Breakers have here. Once again, the Palm Beach Breakers and the Daytona Beach Venom have a history, right? So each of them only have one win in franchise history, and it's against each other. The Breakers have one win against the Venom, while the Venom have one win against the Breakers.
So like you said, this is the tiebreaker. Whoever wins this is going to have bragging rights, so you know they're going to go hard. They're almost, well, we actually have the Breakers ahead a little bit here, so we're going to see if the Venom can make up some space here as they catch up in the next quadrant.
Yeah, that's Nick Andre on your screen for the Daytona Beach Venom. He is a very tall guy. These pistols are very impressive for him. And also, Savannah Redding is actually competing with a torn bicep, right? It happened earlier during this season, but she's still able to do certain movements, and they told her that she couldn't further injure it, so that's what she's doing. This is Evan Newman. Vita Vetterkind finishing up her very last reps here on the pistol thrusters. Just 2 reps remaining for the Breakers, while Nick Andre is just getting to that dumbbell, and the Breakers are going to take this partner forward. Very good showing from the Venom, though. They look a bit more put together than yesterday, and they are going to finish under the time cap and receive that 1 point of credit. 20 seconds left remaining. Last rep for Savannah Redding, and they are through. Nick Andre. That's Coach Paul Bear there, dressed very fancy today.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, that's how you come out of the gate strong for the Breakers there. You know, you want to set the tone. Listen, the Venom didn't do bad there. So they are focused. They're going to try to bring it in the next match. They're close. Let's see if they can get their first win of the season.
Absolutely. It's going to be the first win of the season for either team, and this is the way they're basically, hopefully not, you know, knock on wood, yes, but they're going to be ending their season as well. But let's go ahead and look forward to that next race.
Mirror, the second race of every match, always features a barbell element. A male and a female barbell are placed in the first quadrant. Upon the start of the race, both are picked up by the team in any fashion by the 3 men and 3 women allowed in the race at any given time. Once the barbell leaves the ground, it may not touch the ground again until all reps are complete. If it does, the entire team must return to the start line before continuing. A set number of reps must be completed by both genders in each quadrant before the team can move on. Non-lifting players will act as the human rack to support the barbells as the team moves from quadrant to quadrant and switches performing players in the process as needed. Substitutions may happen at any time. Time stops when all reps are complete. and the last player crosses the finish line. This strength-focused race has the most players on the grid at the same time and requires effective planning and practice to be executed well through coordination amongst players. Remember, don't drop the barbell in the mirror race.
This is how I ollie pop.
I really do love this stuff. It's been a game changer. We keep it at our house now. Highly recommended. It's really good.
Really good. Perfect.
Oh my goodness, sorry guys. I was drinking my Olipop. You ever try one of these?
It's tasty, ain't it? I heard they had a nice lemon lime one. Taste something like Sprite or
Yeah, it's like a Ridge Rush. This is amazing. This is the classic root beer. This is personally my favorite. But it's a better kind of soda. It has all types of fiber in it. It's absolutely delicious.
something. Root beer is underrated. I like it.
Oh, yes, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Especially even if you wanted to use it like in a root beer flow, it's like a healthier alternative.
Absolutely.
But just throwing that out there, just an idea. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Hummus Fit for providing all the meals for us today for all our staff. Unfortunately, because of Hurricane Milton, we couldn't have a lot of our staff. We were scrambling to try to find a way to feed the people that we do have, all our volunteers, everybody that stepped up to help us, and Hummus Fit was able to provide that for us. So thank you so much for providing those meals. And shout out to, they're delicious.
Yeah,
I had their breakfast.
I had one yesterday. Real tasty and filling.
I'm gonna fill my fridge with those for sure. So we're looking ahead to this mirror race. It's going to be two people going down the quadrant at the same time. Talk to me a little bit about that, Byram.
All right, we're gonna have 40 hang cleans at 215 for the men and 140 pounds for the women. And we're gonna have 2 barbells after 10 reps as they move down the quadrant. So we're looking forward to seeing how these two teams perform. It's 10 reps per quadrant, so we got some volume going out there. I like to call it straight no chaser. What you see is what you get. So it's gonna be the start of a lot of clanging and banging, baby.
Oh, it sure is. And the thing about the mirror is that you're moving down the grid with a human rack. So it's a lot of communication. You have to make sure you're not dropping that barbell, because if you do drop that barbell, what's gonna happen?
They're gonna lose those points. Matter of fact, you don't get those points, and then they had to run back to the start and start over.
Yeah, you would have to run all the way back to the start line and pick up where you left off, which is gonna cost you critical seconds because mirrors usually finish pretty close together. We're about 12 seconds out. The Daytona Beach Venom versus the Palm Beach Breakers. Once again, this is for all the marbles. Coach Paul Bear looking pretty stressed about something.
Uh-oh.
All right, and there they are. This is Savannah Redding doing those cleans with a torn bicep. Absolutely insane with Nick Andre. This is his second match ever. He was actually signed with Alex Smith. They train at the same gym, CrossFit Krypton. Joshua Newell and Shay Newell are married couple on... Oh, I think that last rep was not supposed to count for the Breakers.
Almost
they weren't in the right quadrant, but that's all right. They're doing those cleans. Married couple Shay Newell and Joshua Newell just finished this. Sophie Davenport, she just announced that she's actually buying a Texas grid team for next season. This is Dakota Shackleton, his second match ever here.
And I want to say, Cassie, how important it is, as we just saw both teams transition into quadrant 3, you got to have clean transitions, because any misstep, tripping over toes or feet, you will drop that barbell. So paying attention to detail is key.
Absolutely. Little misgrooves here.
There you go, you see it.
With the Breakers on those transitions, the Venom able to go just a bit ahead of them. Justin Lane's kind of struggling here in quadrant 3, and they're off to the next one. Let's see if they can make that better transition here for both of them. They're transitioning it to the hip. Let's get that split screen so we can see it. The women are done on the Venom. 2 reps left.
Look at
1
that.
rep remaining on the men.
Oh.
Daytona Beach Venom are going to finish that mirror first.
Great win by the Venom, much needed after the way the Breakers came out of the gate there. So proud of them, good to see. And by the way, Cassie, I want to give a quick shout out to Valor Fitness and those gold barbells and those purple plates. Very, very pretty, very nice out there. If you want to check them out, go get you some.
They are so nice to look at. I'm so glad that we brought those for the mirror this year. This is a new thing that we have this season. Make sure that you comment down below if you want that link to that discounted website. But this mirror was amazing. So far, unofficially, the score is 3-3. It looks like they're pretty evenly matched today. It's gonna be a fight.
Oh yeah, they're looking good. And this is what we expected. Both teams are working hard. Both teams need a win. They want to win. They're gonna put their best foot forward. This is how Grid League produces. Listen, you're not coming out here to lose. You're coming out here to do your best. And I like how both teams are started. We're neck and neck right now. Let's see what happens in the next match.
100%. Let's go ahead and find out about that next race.
The Ringer Point race is the only race in the match that is chosen by the teams. There are 2 Ringer Point races in every match, one picked by each team from a set list of races determined prior to the season. Each Ringer Point race generally features one player, and there is a male and female version of some races depending on the race requirements. The head coach decides whether a male or female will perform the race based on what they feel is the best choice from their roster. There is a catch. A player may only be chosen once for a Ringer Point in a given season. This resets in the playoffs. This short and intense race allows teams to influence their opponent's performance both in-match and season-wide. Remember, choose your race wisely in the Ringer Point race.
We are back. We're getting ready for back-to-back Ringer Points. Once again, this is a Viva Las Vegas special, baby. We had to change up the format just a bit to make sure we fit all the excitement into one day. We got Dylan Fullwood off the Daytona Beach Venom versus Dakota Shackleton for the Palm Beach Breakers. This is Dakota's very second day doing grid. His first day was yesterday. He was brought in as a mid-season sign, and they're going to do the burpee to ring. We've seen a lot of people mess that up today. Byram, what do you think about this one?
Technique is key. You know, you got to make sure you get your chest on the ground, get it up off the ground, and get up over those rings. So let's see how they perform out here.
100%. It's all about the hops, and it's all about making sure you control that ring at the top. Let's take a look at those game faces. Woo! Dakota Shackleton versus Dylan Fullwood. Burpee to ring. Chest to the ground. You're going to jump up and touch that ring. We have one fault from the breakers. It looks like Dylan Fullwood is 2 reps ahead. He's swinging that ring, but he's tall enough to keep on touching it, even though he's out of control. And Dylan Fullwood takes the win for this Ringer Point. Dakota Shackleton still finishing up his reps. He's got to make sure that he finishes within 20% of the time that the Venom did, because if he doesn't, we know that they will get no credit for that race.
Yes, he still got the points. You know, I'm sure he's disappointed in his performance there. He had to get up off the ground a little bit more there. Great showing by Dylan. He really showed his mettle. Another great win by the Venom. 2 wins in a row. Let's see if they can keep it up.
One thing to consider is Dakota is a rookie. You know, this is only his second day on the grid. He messed up that first rep, and that's got to do something to your mind, especially when this is, you know, one of your first times out here. So definitely something to be said about the nerves. They're just shaking them off, and we'll find out in just a second if the Palm Beach Breakers will be getting credit for that race.
Absolutely, and that ring looks like it's about 10 feet off the ground, 9 or 10 feet, so you really got to get up off the ground and touch it, and not even, you got to make sure it doesn't swing. So if you're paying attention at home, pay attention to the details as well.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to that next Ringer Point. It's going to be those ring muscle-ups. This is going to be Reese Lyons off the Palm Beach Breakers, and of course Alex Smith off the Daytona Beach Venom. What everybody has been wanting to see. Let's go ahead and take a look at the grid here. We're getting ready to see those muscle-ups here. Alex Smith was signed as a mid-season sign because, of course, we know the story. We've seen it on the YouTube. We've seen the talk on Instagram, you know. They've been active. There are a few people that were taking taken off of the roster for the Daytona Beach Venom. Oh, and the Venom just threw their bonus flag on that. They feel pretty confident that Alex Smith is going to do this. So Alex Smith, you know, he used to play NPGL, which is a defunct form of grid that used to be a long time ago before he played in the games. But he's one of the better gymnastics players. This is second time ever in the United Grid League, yesterday being his first day.
Yes, he's one of the body weight specialists, the free agent signings for the Breakers. So I'm interested, the Venom. So we're just interested to see how he performs. He did great yesterday. So I'm sure he's ready to carry over that performance today. And I look for a special performance from him.
Absolutely. So the Venom threw their bonus flag here. They're confident in Alex Smith's ability. We're going to see it. It's going to be ring muscle ups, what they've been practicing. But hey, Reese Lyons, he's been proven to be a critical player for the Breakers all season. So it's going to be a good one for sure. All right, and they're off. A little bit of control here. Alex Smith was able to do the first rep. A little bit of swinging from Alec. Reese Lyons maybe just a bit more control here. Both hands in the air. Oh, it's going to come down to the sprint. There's no way. It is neck and neck. Alec, one, and no! That was a flop for Alex Smith!
Let's go!
For Alex Smith! There was a fault for Alex Smith, and he did not see it. He has one finger in the air for them. They think that they won. They haven't even looked at this referee yet.
No.
And Reese Lyons was out of there. But oh my goodness, the Breakers might have gotten credit for that when it's gonna have to be a review.
Yeah, and that was a bonus flag out for the Venom. So it's imperative that they get this call right. And I like the way that not Alec.
I'm sorry?
Who was Alec going against again just now?
Reese Lyons.
Reese, yeah, how he slid to the third base over there. Another stylistic play at the end of the grid. So we love that out there.
Yeah, those South Florida showy finishes.
Yes.
We love them. But looking very strong from both teams. They're gonna have to review that to see what happens, and we will be right back.
The ladder consists of 2 rows of 4 stations of a strength-based element, 1 row for males and 1 row for females. The weight increases as you move down the grid. Teams send out 1 player at a time, alternating male and female, to perform the designated lift for the match format. Each successful lift has a point value that is added to the team's ladder score. The point value is equal to the quadrant the barbell is sitting in. Players are allowed 1 lift attempt per quadrant and may skip any quadrant they choose, but are never allowed to backtrack once a barbell is passed. The team with the highest total point value at the end of the 4-minute time cap wins. This race is one of the most strategic and coach-reliant of all of the races. As a good game plan and in-the-moment decision-making, to manage time is everything. Remember, lift heavier and score higher in the ladder race.
Peachy athletic shorts, guys. Just saying. Looking peachy.
And the peaches are great. They're really stretchy. They're soft.
I like the fit. I like the fabric. It makes me just feel more comfortable while I'm working out. I don't have to worry about things coming out.
Love training in these shorts. Love competing in the shorts. They stay put. Got a really nice thick waistband.
They definitely pass the squat test and the booty test. They're really comfortable. Like I could wear them out and I could wear them on the floor.
Go get yourself some.
I wish I thought of that. I don't have to twist and wrap and twist and wrap and twist and wrap a million times. I definitely have noticed that Hair Strong has worked.
Take care of my finances? I got plenty of time for that.
I didn't have plenty of time.
Procrastinating on your finances has a way of stacking up. A membership with Facet is a quick and easy first step to get your finances in order.
I'll get to that tomorrow.
Now is the time to take action. Go to Facet.com to get started on your financial wellness journey today.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is day 2 of Grid League at the 60th Mr. Olympia. Let's go over the actual factuals for this upcoming ladder match. We have the clean ladder, and the men's weight will be 250 pounds, 275 pounds in the second quadrant, 300 pounds, and ending with 325 pounds in the fourth quadrant. The women's weight will be 165 pounds, 180 pounds, 195 pounds, and 210 pounds. So we're excited. So the win holds, apparently, right? Cass, is that what we're
So it looks like the Palm Beach Breakers are going to steal the Venom's bonus flag there.
Wow.
It looks like the Venom will get no credit for that one.
Wow.
So that's 0 and 3 added to them respectively. Unfortunately for them, it seems like there was some kind of fault on Alex Smith, not locking out his elbows on that last rep. Comment down below, tell us what you think. Was it a good call? Was it a bad call? But either way, it stands. It was reviewed. They're pulling out the ladder now. We apologize for the hold. There was, they were just reviewing everything, but now they're bringing out the ladder, and we're excited to see it. There's a lot of new talent added to the Venom, which we're not sure if they were going to be able to pull it out, you know?
Absolutely.
So they were missing some of the last bars on the snatch yesterday on both sides. But once again, these are people that we don't really know. You know, we've only seen them play once yesterday. So it's going to be exciting.
Well, this is the clean ladder. The weight gets heavier as they get down the grid. You're going to see some of these players skip some of the first quadrants because they want to get to the big money, the big numbers, and the heavier weight. So this is going to be very interesting. We're going to see how many strength specialists each team has so they can get through this particular match.
Yes, 100%. So looking more into this, we're looking strength to strength,
yes,
right? And of course, people tackle the ladders in different ways. So once again, if you're in the first quadrant, it's worth 1 point. If you're in the second quadrant, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, right? Just as you see on your screen. So as they go down, it's worth more and more. Some people opt to go for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Some people skip 1, go straight to the meat and potatoes, 2, 3, 4. Some people skip straight to 3 and 4. It's all about what you know your team can hit. And again, the Venom are kind of at a disadvantage here because they don't know how well they're going to do under the pressure. It's not only how strong you are, it's how strong are you going down a ladder and running to the next bar and grabbing it and risking grabbing it wrong and still being able to lift it.
Yes, to your point, Cassie, we've seen it in the previous matches where there have been faults called because some of the athletes have not had the proper technique when they're trying to do a clean, any of these movements out here in elements. So it's imperative that the athletes know what they're doing, do it correctly so that every point can count.
Absolutely. So going into this one, it's going to be strength specialist versus strength specialist. Basically, there's a bunch of new big guys added to the Venom roster, but of course, the Breakers, notoriously very strong here. I believe the Venom have won. I believe they have won even ladders against each other. Once again, setting the stakes for those of you at home that don't know. The Daytona Beach Venom and the Palm Beach Breakers only have 1 win in franchise history, and it's against each other. So especially this match is very exciting.
I was about to say, this is the one that's going to count now. You know, everything going forward is going to count. They want to focus and lock in because, as you said, there's a double deficit at the end, right? You got, yes, points are doubled at the end. So anytime you lose, you're going to lose some type of ground. So let's see how these two teams perform.
Definitely. We're about 2 minutes out from starting, and we can go ahead and take a look at that fourth camera so we can see just everybody on the grid. Dakota Shackleton, rookie, just coming up to the bar and tapping it and just, you know, surveying the plane, so to speak. This is a clean ladder, so this is one of our heaviest ones since there's nothing involved instead of just the one movement. It's not any kind of complex. You just got to do the clean. Power clean, muscle clean, you know, squat clean, whatever you got to do.
Yes, and we want to, continually give a shout out to all the athletes that made it here to Vegas. We don't want to forget about, you know, the things that are happening down in Florida with all the storms. The cleanup is in full swing right now. We've already spoken about the Sharks having first responders down there working. So there's several teammates that couldn't make it, staff that couldn't make it, but the ones that are here, they're happy, they're performing, and they're performing at the highest level.
That's right, and we have all types of players, head coaches, loved ones helping out. Janine Nicole from the Aces, Yana Babbitt from the Wild, Rebecca Rouse from the Brigade. Just the outpour of love and support and willingness to help out because we're so short-staffed due to Hurricane Milton is just absolutely heartwarming.
Absolutely.
What a community we have here. It's really a testament to the leadership and what was built here. So everybody loves grid and everybody wants to see this sport go forward. And we're gonna see some good old-fashioned, what do you call it?
Clanking and banging, baby. Lightweight, baby.
Lightweight, baby.
Ain't nothing but a peanut.
There we go. Daytona Venom versus the Palm Beach Breakers. The score is currently 4-8. And that is Tori Height from the Daytona Beach Venom, Shay Newell from the Palm Beach Breakers. Everybody looking great. Tori Height moving really fast from bar to bar, already finished by the time that Shay starts to pick it up. I think the Daytona Venom are going for speed here. They're going to send out their strongest people who they know can hit every single barbell before sending out everybody else to just do the light weights. It looks like Tori Height actually faulted out on that one. Shay Newell's going to go for that fourth bar. Meanwhile, Eddie G skips straight to the second for the Venom. Shay Newell on that fourth bar, and it is good. Very beautiful clean for her. This is Evan Newman coming out for the Breakers. Eddie G, kind of got buried on the bottom of that clean. Didn't really move his feet out to the side. You got to make sure that you're moving your feet to the side for this one.
Yeah, you don't want to drop that on your toes, Cassie. Sorry about that.
That's right. Oh, he got buried at the bottom of this one, but is able to stand it up clean. Woo! Evan Newman, very easy power clean in that third quadrant. Sarah Homestead on the first, really strong.
I like how the Breakers are going down about their business. They're kind of taking their time, going to the weight that they know they can hit. They know what they can do. They're not just furiously running through the quadrant.
100%.
Absolutely.
A bit of a grindy clean from Sarah Homestead. She thought it was better if she just leaves the fourth bar. Nick Andre, rookie, coming in handy, coming in with Alex Smith. We already spoke about that earlier. They train at the same gym. Vita Vetterkind on that fourth bar. Oh, come on. Put some weight on the bar. Here's that fourth bar for Nick Andre. And it is good. Very strong clean from him. Joshua Newell, Shay Newell's counterpart, over here in that second quadrant, going through. And it looks like Alex Germain of the Venom is going to take it straight to that second quadrant. Let's go ahead and go split screen, friends. Why not? So we can just see what's happening on either side of the grid at a time. Pick out your favorite team. Who do you think is going to take home this ladder win? And by how much? Let's see what the spread is. Let's find out.
The sheer strength that we're seeing out there, Cassie, is simply unimaginable. The men, okay, we're expecting them to be strong, but these ladies out here throwing up that heavy weight, that's a whole human body that they're throwing above, they're cleaning, rather, and it's just spectacular to see. You're not going to see anything like this except in Grid League.
Definitely. This is Mike Andre. This is actually Nick's brother hitting that third quadrant clean here. And this is Dakota Shackleton, once again, his second day on the grid. Same thing for Mike. Actually, Mike came here traveling with his brother because he knew his brother was going to complete. Oh, and that's a fault for him. He knew his brother was going to be competing here this weekend. But last minute, Coach Bear kind of told him, like, hey, strap in, you're in.
Hey, listen, Coach Bear has been trying to piece this thing together since we were in Valor Fitness in Seminole. So shout out to him for trying to keep his team together, doing the best he can, and putting his team in a position to win.
100%. This is Gabby Mostar of the Palm Beach Breakers. She's looking really strong on these clean little starfish, but knows exactly how to get her feet back in. She's going to opt out of that fourth bar and go all the way down. Here comes Alex Smith. Oh, fun to see him with a barbell.
Absolutely. That's a bodyweight specialist out there throwing that weight around.
That's right. Here's Justin Lanes, Breezy Lane's husband. Oh, no, he's going to Clark that second bar. He's going to go straight for that finish line. This is kind of leaving the door open for the Venom just a bit. Hannah Thompson, very easy for first bar. Same thing for Ari Swan. We don't see Ari Swan a whole lot during this grid match. That's a really nice second clean. It looks like they're telling her to get out and try to send somebody else in to get as many points as possible. Once again, you want the sure thing. You want to see who can hit every single bar exactly. There are only 15 seconds left. Everybody trying to accumulate as many points as possible. That's a good lift for Dylan Fullwood and Jonathan Restrepo. He's going off to the third bar. Dilly Fullwood, really good second clean as well. Jonathan on that third bar, 1 second left, and that is it for the ladder, my friends. Woo! That was a mouthful. We got Dilly Fullwood just finishing there. Jonathan Restrepo, the same thing. Remember, every single lift counts. You want to make sure you're getting credit for it. Quadrant 1 is worth 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and so on and so forth, friends. So making sure that you're doing as best as you can, sending out the people. It's all about strategy, just like everything else in grid, which makes this sport so unique. In just a second, we're going to be taking it to my friend Byram Allen, who's with Coach Bear. Let's go ahead and take it to them on the grid.
Daytona Venom, right?
Daytona Venom.
There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with Coach Paul Bear of the Daytona Venom. Now, we got two teams that are evenly matched. You both are trying to get a win. How you feel about your team's performance so far?
We're having a great time. We're out here in Las Vegas at the Mr. Olympia Expo, and our team's having a blast. How about you guys out there?
Hey, man, I hope they're having a blast out there, too. I'm loving the shirt, by the way. Now, as we end the day and we're closing up this Mr. Olympia, Grid League is here. How did you feel about your experience, the overall experience of Grid League?
Oh, man, watching Grid League is so much more exciting when you are here. I know it's crazy exciting when you guys are watching it there at home, but the next time that we're in Fort Lauderdale, you guys have to come. It's insane.
Oh, man, I love it. Now, last question. What are you going to do as a coach to continue to lead your team? You got some work you got to do. You've been trying to piece your team together the best way you can. How are you going to keep leading your team?
The most important thing that we found is that with so many people that have these different skill sets and backgrounds, is that friendship, camaraderie, and supporting each other with respect is the most important thing. And building our team on that has been the biggest thing that we learned this season.
Oh, I love that. And Coach Paul Bear, what a bodacious mustache.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Element really helps me keep the intensity going.
Looks like we just got word that the Venom finished the ladder with a total of 69 points ahead of the Breakers, where they were 65. It's only a differential of 4, so the Breakers will still get 1 point for that win. Okay, so it looks like the unofficial score right now is going to be 5 for the Breakers
and 10 for the Venom.
Thank you for that. I'm a little bit blind.
Yeah, that's right. I got you.
So the differential right now is 5, but remember, at the end of it, they will be tabulating the score and multiplying it by 2. So right now, the Venom are ahead by 5, so that is actually 10. So that would give the Venom plus 10 and the Breakers negative 10.
Is that some algebra you're talking about right there? I don't know that's wrong.
I don't know anything about algebra. I just know grid math.
There you go. I love that.
All right, we're looking forward to the next set of bringer points. We're looking at the overhead squats that we saw earlier, right, with the kettlebells. So that's going to bring out Sophia Davenport from the Palm Beach Breakers and Hannah Thompson from the Daytona Beach Venom. This is a ringer that we've seen messed up multiple times today, right? The most important thing that we can say is locking out your hips at the top. That's the thing that we've seen the most faults on today, probably. We saw it was Austin Lavallee earlier with the Fort Lauderdale Lions playing on the super team, which this is usually her bag. And she actually lost against somebody that was much taller than her. Giving all the respect to David McKellar, you know, he's a beast. But this is Hannah Thompson. She is a rookie against Sophia Davenport, once again, who just bought a Texas team. Let's go ahead and take it onto the grid and take a look at those game faces that they have over there. This is going to be a fun one. They're going to be sprinting to the second quadrant. They're going to be completing overhead squats, and they're going to sprint all the way to the finish line.
Now, how heavy are those kettlebells there? Do we know that?
I believe they are 53 pounds each, but I could be a liar.
That's crazy. That's a crazy weight. Now, are the Venom sending out a rookie?
Sorry,
you said?
it's 35.
Got it. 35. You said the Venom is sending out a rookie, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
This is her first season with the Grid League. Hannah
she's
Thompson.
a beast then. Let's see.
don't remember seeing Hannah Thompson out for a ringer point this season, but I know that Sophie Davenport is pretty strong when it comes to just the experience as well. You got to make sure your elbows are locked out, and you have to make sure that you're squatting below parallel here. Hannah Thompson making sure that she's able to do those. Oh, and Sophia Davenport is out of here for those. Hannah Thompson, 1 rep remaining, and she is out of there for the Venom as well. She has to hope and cross her fingers that she finished within 20% to get credit for her team there.
Absolutely. So it looks like experience came into play for the Breakers there. When you know what you're doing and you know what to expect, you can perform a little bit better. So, you know, that's how it goes in the grid. Sometimes you live and you learn, and the next time you can perform better. But once you experience first, you know what it is.
That's right. We're looking ahead to that next one. It's going to actually be 20 handstand push-ups followed by 20 chest to bars. For the Daytona Beach Venom, it's going to be Tori Height, and for the Palm Beach Breakers, it's going to be Jonathan Restrepo. Okay, we've seen Restrepo do these. You know, he's not new to the grid. We've seen him do all this stuff. He's very skilled. Tori Height, we've seen her do it a few times, but I'm excited to see what she pulls out because they picked her for the ringer.
Yes, 2 high-level utility players, you might say.
That's right.
You know, because with those handstand push-ups, that's not easy. 20 they got to get done, and then the 20 chest to bar. Hey, listen, we're going to see them perform. I can't wait. Hey, and when a ringer athlete is sent out, that means that's their speciality. So we're expecting to see some high-level performance.
Definitely. That's why it's called the ringer. Yeah, because you definitely think that your person is going to win.
There we go. And it's fast and quick, exciting.
Yeah, it's super fun to watch. It's very fast-paced, and once again, the back-to-back ringer is a Las Vegas special. So let us know if you're enjoying watching so many ringer points. We've had 4 per match for the last 2 days. I personally find it to be a blast. What about you?
I do too. I would love to see one day, I don't know what Grid's plans are in the future, but to see a couple matches of just ringers. Just see athletes go out there flying around, doing what they specialize in. And so, yeah, it's enjoyable. Like you said, I hope the folks at home are enjoying it too. So we're going to lock in and see how these 2 athletes perform.
Yeah, maybe it's a match format that we'll explore one day with the All-Stars or something like that.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. But looking onto the grid, we got Tori Height, Jonathan Restrepo on the start line. There's 1 minute until they start. Everybody's pretty excited. Their team looks pretty hyped up. Actually, on the start line, you see Rebecca Rouse and her husband doing those starting line refereeing jobs. So thank you to them and for everybody else who's volunteering and supporting. Even those of you at home affected with Hurricane Milton, I hope everything's okay with you guys back home, and hope to see you guys soon and hear from you.
Absolutely, and we'll see them soon in Florida. So
absolutely. This is Tori Height. I don't remember her doing a ringer point of this caliber. Remember, this is 40 repetitions total, so this is going to be a lot. This is 20 handstand push-ups followed by 20 chest to bars. A lot of arms.
2020, wasn't that a show back in the day? I got to ask my mom. I don't know.
I wouldn't know, Byram. I wouldn't know.
I guess I'm aging myself now. So somebody in the comments, let us know in the chat. I think 2020 used to be a show back in the day.
I don't want to get in trouble, but
back to Grid League.
But the old days are your days for me. So looking ahead to this one, getting ready for it's going to be starting any seconds, friends. Just the last few checks as the referees make sure that the players know the standards, knowing what to look for, knowing that they're supposed to be putting their hands within the lines, right? So they don't want their hands too far apart. He's letting Tori know because there have been inconsistencies with that today. Their pinky can't be outside of that white line that you'll see them approach in just 1 second. Oh, it looks like Commissioner Mather Wiswall is stopping the clock from starting for just a second. He's doing some last-minute checks to make sure that everything's safe and even for both teams. The distances between the hand placement tape measure is the same on both sides.
Yes, the Commissioner Maz has been doing that throughout both days, just making different checks and adjustments, even helping and setting up some of the equipment for some of the matches. He's very in tune with what's going on out there. He has a sharp eagle's eye, and you want to be fair for both athletes and both teams, you know, so they can perform at their best level.
Definitely. They're also redoing that score right now. It looks like the Breakers have 7 points right now, and if you could help me see what the Venom have.
I barely see it. Is it 10 there?
I don't know, there's a whole, oh yeah, it might be 10. That closes the differential to 3, which makes it 6 at the end of this match. Once again, nothing is final. There's still a lot to be done on every part. And we will be right back.
You're more energized, you're more relaxed, you're more ready to hit a hard workout. The recovery happens at night when you cleanse your body and you get ready for bed and you get ready for the next day. So it helps me get into that state of calmness. So I feel less fatigued, I feel relaxed, I feel less inflammation when I wake up in the morning. So your recovery is here, but then you take early bird and your recovery goes to here. So it just elevates the recovery. It helps you then perform better the next day. So you need it. It's almost a necessity. It's part of my routine. It's part of my nightly routine. It helps people. It really helps people. Early bird all the way.
And we are back, friends. Just some last-minute checks from the commissioner of the sport, just to make sure that the hand placement is even on both sides of the grid. You don't want one team to have more leeway over the other, just to make sure that everybody knows where they put their hands. Because as we know, for those handstand push-ups, the further that you put your hands away, of course, the less that you have to bend your elbows. We're looking at Jonathan Restrepo right there. If you see him bend his elbows, it would be shorter distance to travel the further out that you have your hands. So that's the reason for that, in case you're wondering at home.
Absolutely, and if you have longer limbs, longer arms, it's going to be a little bit more tough for you to get down in that bucket for those handstand push-ups. So the shorter your arms, the better this time around.
Yeah, that's right.
Perhaps.
You want to make sure that you're a shorty. Once again, this is Tori Height and Jonathan. Stop laughing. We got Tori Height and Jonathan Restrepo going head-to-head, 20 handstand push-ups and 20 chest to bars. Woo. A lot of shoulders, a lot of arms here.
Absolutely.
Let's see it.
Stand by. Race.
Tori Height, Jonathan Restrepo going head-to-head. Jonathan Restrepo doing them strict, very fast strict. Tori Height has to use a little bit more momentum. We'll see how this plays off for both of them. Hand up in the air for Restrepo. It looks like he is quite a bit ahead. He is already done with the, he just didn't put his hands up. Not too far ahead, maybe about 5 chest to bars ahead. But he is killing these chest to bars. He's able to do them really fast. Tori Height as well, but Jonathan had quite a bit of a lead. Hand up in the air for Restrepo, hand up for Tori Height. Restrepo finishes, and he is going to take it all the way to the finish line. Tori Height sprinting to make sure she finishes within 20% of his time. Great job from the breakers there, knowing that he was going to crush that one. It looks like his strategy of going strict for those paid off. Very impressive that he's able to do it. Tori Height being very fast, just not quite fast enough there.
Yeah, she had great reps too. We were paying attention to both there. It's just sometimes matchups, you know, somebody performs a little bit better than you. She was just a step behind, but still great nonetheless. Great showing for both athletes, and we're off to the next match.
That's right, and you saw Jonathan Restrepo pointing up to the
You're
bar
more
saying that he
energized,
hit
you're
his
more
chin on
relaxed,
that,
more
unfortunately.
ready to take a hard workout.
But he was able to recover and actually take out the win.
Recovery happens.
Strength specialists and utility players. This race will showcase our body weight specialists who are experts in gymnastics.
All right, going into the next one, it's actually going to be the Jack and Jill. They're going to finish up doing some last-minute checks here, and we're going to go into this next race. It's going to be, let's take a look at what it's going to be. I'm sorry, my friend.
Let's do it.
Jack and Jill features 3 stations of high-level body weight-based elements that increase in difficulty moving down the grid. 1 male and 1 female are allowed on the grid at any given time, and only 1 player can be working at a time. The team can only move on to the next station when the previous station is complete. This race is the simplest when it comes to rules, but the most reliant on player skill and speed, as the hyper specialists often make the difference in the race. Remember, let the bodyweight ninjas fly in the Jack and Jill race.
Watching Grid in person is a totally different experience. We get the comment all the time that it's the best sporting experience they've ever been to. So a lot of different people come to watch Grid and a lot of people enjoy Grid. I've used a lot of different types of ticketing platforms. People who come to our website to purchase tickets don't have to use a different link. They aren't taken off of our website. It all feels very seamless, and we hardly ever have lines because it's just a quick pull the ticket up on your phone. Our staff can scan it. It saves all the data that we need, and it's a really quick and easy check-in process, which was really, really important to us. We've been using Ticket Tailor for at least 5 years, and I don't think we're ever going to switch.
So I got the invitation to come out and try the soft wave therapy. And I've done a couple different, and it's been very successful so far. I've never had any physical therapy that I've gone to where you can almost immediately notice some effects of it. Normally it's, multiple weeks or months of going and getting your treatment before you start to feel any relief in those problem areas. With even just the couple of sessions I've done with soft wave, it's not, you can feel it immediately. It's not a night and day difference, but you can start to tell you're taking steps in the right directions towards recovery.
All right, folks, welcome back to Grid League, day 2 at the 60th Mr. Olympia. Let's get into the actual factuals of the Jack and Jill race that's coming up. That will be 1 male and 1 female working together to complete this race. We have 50 total bars to start off, then we have 30 muscle-up rings, and we also have 5 back-up risers. So we're gonna have some body weight specialists out there ready to do their thing, and let's see how both teams approach this particular race, guys.
That is right. They're doing some last-minute checks on the equipment, but let's talk a little bit more about Jack and Jill. It's called Jack and Jill. It's a body weight race, right? So this is where you want your body weight specialist to shine. It's always 1 male, 1 female on the grid at a time, and they can only, 1 person can complete reps at a time. So as there's only 1 person completing reps at a time, the players opt to do what's called waterfalling, excuse me. So as you can see, there will be male and female going at the same time, but doing reps one after another. That's what we call waterfalling, and we'll get to see that in just a second after we do those last-minute checks. Alex Smith just checking out, making sure that he's able to do those rings and reach them, and that it's the same as the other side as well.
Yes, as tough as these elements are, for me, and I'm wondering about the people at home, let us know in the comment in the chat, what are your total bar looking like? I say if you do 10 unbroken, you're doing well. They gotta do 50 between the two of them. So we're gonna see some spectacular body weight movements out there. Core tight, core, hey, listen, let's lock in and see how they give it up out there.
Thank you for asking about my total bar. So I have to bend my legs all the way and kind of like shimmy myself all the way up so my toes can touch the bar. If I get both of them to touch, I'm very lucky.
Listen, if I'm in a good day, if I got a good day and I stretch real good, I'll give you a nice 12.
Oh, please.
12,
I saw you do 10 strict muscle-ups.
Listen, that's
You're
all I
not
had.
fooling anybody.
I'm like a shotgun. I got 1 shot and it sprays everywhere. You know what I mean? So listen, I got to lock in. I got to be on point. You know what I mean?
That's right. Once again, 1 male, 1 female on the grid at a time. We're starting off with 50 toes to bar. We have to make sure that it's just the toes touching the bar. We've seen that a lot of faults, people touching other parts of their foot to the bar, not necessarily their toes.
Yes, it can't be the ankle, it can't be the shins.
Players, ready, stand by, race!
Hannah Thompson, Sam Boyano for the Venom, Sophia Davenport, and Reese Lyons for the Palm Beach Breakers. Both of them doing the water falling technique that we just spoke about, touching their toes to the ring one after another. It looks like the Breakers are having some kind of misgroove there. You can't hit them at the same time. It has to be one after another. Clean showing. It looks like head referee Brandon's ears perked up at the rhythm there. No hands up for either team quite yet.
Yeah, so they're really locked in right now. Body weight specialists doing what they do out there, focused. And I like how they're both moving out there. They're kind of just going through it, getting it through. And we're going to see who comes out first here.
That's right. We have Alex Smith coming out to the rings first. Bethany Jackson for the Palm Beach Breakers. Alex Smith doing those butterfly, looking strong so far. He did win that ringer point earlier. I did misspeak, and they took that bonus flag home, the Venom team. Bethany Jackson, little misgroup there in the rhythm. She has to do an extra swing to get back up, but Alex Smith is able to just butterfly. It's a really hard skill to have, especially as a female. Only a few people are able to do it that way. She's coming off the rings. Alex Smith coming off the rings. He's putting in Alicia Hicks. Jonathan Restrepo taking over for the Breakers. Ari Swan lying in wait.
Yes, and your technique has to be on point with these muscle-up rings. You can't be leaning back. You have to be over the ring so these refs can count each rep.
That's right. Your shoulders have to be over your wrist. Sam Boyano coming in for the Daytona Beach Venom. He had a fall on that first one. Hand up for the Venom first. Only 4 reps remaining. Sam Boyano is actually from Tuscany. I was able to speak to him earlier. He actually came with the whole crew that Alex Smith came with. And it looks like Alex Smith is asking to be tagged in. Sam Boyano coming in. Tori Hype finishing off that last rep for the Venom. Reese Lyons waiting to do those back up rises. And here comes Alex Smith. The difference between a muscle up and a back uprise is your hips go to the back of the rings for the back uprises, while your hips go forward for the muscle ups. And that is the end of Jack and Jill for Venom. Very easy win for them. Tori Height, Alex Smith crossing the finish line first. Reese Lyons still finishing up those ring muscle ups. He is who they needed, I think. Reese Lyons has proven invaluable to the Breakers team. They have about 24 seconds to finish up these 4 reps so that they can get credit for this race. Just 1 rep remaining, and the Breakers are able to finish within the time cap. They will receive 1 point for it. The Venom taking home the win for it.
Absolutely, and we got to shout out Alex Smith, man. He is truly proven to be a high-level free agent signing, really showing his worth. Both days he has been proven to be great on the bars and on the ring, so I like that signing by Coach Paul Bear, and hopefully he sticks around a little bit longer.
Absolutely, it was a really great sign, and he brought with him a whole myriad of people, a whole crew that were just ready to come work out with him, so that was cool too. Great effort by the Breakers, I have to say. It's been pretty much neck and neck since the beginning of this matchup.
Evenly matched teams, you know, like you said, they both have 1 win against each other. This is the tiebreaker, and as you can see, they're going hard. And, you know, the points at the end of this, if there's a deficit, somebody's going to go home a little bit hurt, you know, so they're going to put their best foot forward.
100%. It looks like they're doing some kind of stop on the equipment, and we'll let you know more when we come back.
The Triad is the only race in which there is a male and a female version performed separately. It consists of 5 elements, each with 3 stations that must be completed individually. 3 players can be on the grid at any given time. All players can perform at any station and in any order. But all of the designated reps must be performed at each station. All 3 stations of each element must be complete before the team can move on to the next element. The Triad is all about player conditioning and managing fatigue across the team. The best strategy ensures players have enough left in the tank for the last element and has backup plans for when things inevitably go wrong. Remember, try to catch your breath in the Triad race.
My goal to recruit this year was not to get rookies, was to get people with experience to come into our team and make us better. So me as a new head coach coming in, my goal is to come for the championship. So getting this key ingredient, we just needed a few more pieces to come into our team and probably take us to the next level. So when I saw a good athlete, I just kind of, hey, reach out. I'm a fan of the sport before I was anything else. I hate when I see good players just kind of losing enthusiasm for grid. Usually it's not because they don't like the sport. So I waited obviously after the deadline to re-sign was, and then I saw who was not re-signed. And I was like, oh, this is an extremely good player. Hey, let me shoot a message. Each player was a little bit different. The first one was Sydney Witter. She used to play for the Tampa Bay Brigade. She's an extreme athletic person. She's actually training for an Ironman, so just think about the versatility of that. She might be an Ironman finisher, plus a grid player. That's kind of unreal, so extreme.
I've never felt more as a team than I have with this group of people. We come together, we're like a big happy family. No one's out, everyone's just in it to win it.
Good athletes, she can pretty much do everything on grid. We have Kristen Crenshaw, that she came from the Venom. Really good athlete, but her main strategic advantage is she's actually on the shorter side, very good on her hands and squatting, so she can do thrusts very fast. She might be the best handstand pushers in the league. Jessie Coleman, a specimen.
Fins up, baby! I am now a shark. They scoop me right in, and I love it. I'm excited.
She's super strong, but also with her gymnastics background can do a lot of things.
In the black corner in the green, Coleman, Simpson to the bar at the same time. And the Sharks leading with one cleaner jerk, crossing into the finish line. Coleman taking it from Simpson.
I don't think I'd be as healthy as I am and ready in terms of like season or during season without the team. Especially because there's a lot of high skill movements in grid, so they help keep my body healthy, they help me recover faster, especially when I have like little aches and pains or I get tight. And it's just been super, super helpful, whether it's everyday life or when I'm in season.
Welcome back, party people. We're getting ready for the women's triad. It's going to be dumbbell burpee clusters at 30 pounds, followed by 20 box jump overs at 24 inches, 6 6-inch pistol stick jump overs, 4 rope climbs to 12 feet, and finally finishing off with 15 cleans at 115 pounds. Of course, the element value will go up as we go down the grid, except for that last one. It's only worth 1 at 115 pounds, but 15 of them, ooh, that's going to get spicy. We've seen a lot of people have to break them and not do them touch and go after all of that work. I've got to say, female against female, I don't know who to take here. I know that there's quite a few injuries on the Daytona Beach Venom. This Breakers ladies teams looks pretty strong.
Absolutely. No, I'll say
it's anybody's.
Oh yes, sorry, Captain. But yeah, like we've been seeing the last couple of days when it comes to the female. Well, today we've seen the female triad. They've really been showing out here on the grid. It's great to see. I like to see the women perform. Hey, you know, the ladies, you know, they do their thing out there. So
oh yeah, they're crushing it in their peachy athletic pants and shorts. Shout out to them. Olipop sponsoring the jerseys as well, keeping our players looking fresh out here on the grid. Probably one of my favorite parts of Grid League is the uniforms.
Absolutely.
I think they're super slick. Adds a little bit to the team sport aspect.
Absolutely.
All right, here they come out. Sarah Homestead, Hannah Thompson, and Alicia Hicks for the Daytona Beach Venom, Vita Vetterkind, Ari Swan, and Gabby Mostar for the Palm Beach Breakers. Hands up in the air for all the ladies. Have to make sure that you're squatting below parallel for that cluster and going all the way through with your arms to the top.
Oh yeah, I'm just, this always happens, Cassie. I get so locked in on the action and seeing the ladies perform. It's just amazing to see. I've never seen anything like this in my life. So pardon me, folks at home. I'm watching like you guys at home, and we're seeing these ladies perform. Get over that box and protect your cartilage.
Absolutely, some great hops from both teams. Pretty much rep for rep on both sides. I believe the same team that we just had here, keeping through, Bethany Jackson joining the fold over here, Tori Height. It's still anybody's triad. Hands up in the air for both sides, you know?
Absolutely. Now, I want to see how they're moving through the transitions here. You see the Venom, they have a little bit of a lead here. Let's see if they can get another win here. They're behind. I think the Breakers won the last one, so let's see if they can catch up.
Absolutely. It looks like the Venom are just one rep ahead, maybe, of the Palm Beach Breakers here. These women are pretty evenly matched. 2 head fingers up in the air. Alicia Hicks is already starting to do that rope climb. 1 rep remaining for Ari Swan, and they're going to start them out here. All right, Hannah Thompson, Alicia Hicks, already the first ones to hit that. Alex St. Germain joining the female triad. I know that she's waiting to hit those heavy stuff, just like the rope climbs and the cleans that are there at the end. Sophia Davenport joining the fold for the Breakers. Few reps remaining for all these ladies that are here right now, and they're ready to go to that heavy barbell.
Absolutely. And for the viewers at home, I know you can be looking at this and it seems daunting, but what this shows right here at Grid League is that the ladies can do it too. Hey, ladies, great job out there on the grid.
Yeah, that's right. It looks like they told Tori Height to turn around because any reps that she would be doing would not count unless she turns around. Tori Height going unbroken here. Sarah Homestead, same thing. Alex St. Germain taking some breaks in between, but they were the first ones to the barbell. Hand up first for the Venom. Everybody has to be facing outward toward the crowd. Hand up starting to be up for the Breakers. 1 rep remaining for Gabby Mostar. 1 hand up for Vita Vetterkind. Gabby Mostar ready to finish off the reps, and there are only a few reps left for the Venom. Alex St. Germain taking over for Sarah Homestead. 2 reps remaining, 1 rep remaining, and that is a win for the Palm Beach Breakers on this female triad.
Wow, did you see that finish? It looked like the Venom were gonna take it, and somehow the Breakers pulled it out at the end. You can see them laid out at the finish line. They put their all into it. Shout out to these ladies out here for their female triad match. That was a great showing.
It was the Venom's female triad for just a second there. They kind of lost it at the end. They couldn't go touch and go on those cleans, and the Palm Beach Breakers were able to scrape up everything they had left and pull it out.
Yeah, that's what we always say right here at Grid League. You never know who's going to win. A team can have a lead at one quadrant, and they get to a next quadrant, and it all goes up in smoke. So great win by the Breakers, great comeback, and the Venom are going to try to regroup.
Yeah, I love the camaraderie you saw there at the end with Alex St. Germain and Sarah Homestead. Coach Paul Bear hyping them up at the end. They were kind of upset about the loss, but, you know, it's all about keeping a happy face, you know, morale. There we go.
That's it.
There we go. And unofficially, the Breakers do win that, and unofficially, the Venom do take credit for that. So that's an addition of 2 for the Breakers, 1 for the Venom. The Breakers are slowly closing that gap. This is probably the closest matchup that we've seen in Las Vegas the whole entire weekend, right? This is the closest differential that we've had, and it's just exciting to see just how closely and evenly matched these people are. Let's go ahead and take it to my friend Byram Allen. He's over there with Matt Hornaday of the Palm Beach Breakers on the grid.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with Matt Hornaday, coach of the Palm Beach Breakers. I'm so sorry about that, folks. I should know that by now. Listen, your team is resilient. They're going crazy right now. They just pulled out a great win right now. How do you feel about your team's performance?
Dude, the way that they performed at the end of that race was, we were going to the movement. They through all of that to make sure that they could still secure that win was huge in this match and to get into the playoffs. So it was phenomenal.
Now, as a coach, you are a leader of women and men. What are you doing to lead your team in this match today?
Dude, we treat everybody as equals, right? Like, our focal point on this team is to make sure that everybody has a voice, and if they see something we need to adjust, we work on that as a team and we adjust it. So it's one team, one dream.
I love it. Why do you keep coming to Grid League? Coaching here, playing here. Listen, what brings you back?
I love this sport, man. It takes a considerable amount of time and takes a little bit away from my normal 9 to 5, but I can't get out of it. I love it.
I love it too. Thank you so much, Matt. Thank you for your time. Great work. We'll be right back.
How long have you been competing in Grid?
This is my rookie season.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You excited?
I'm nervous. Probably most nervous about, like, just figuring out how Grid works. Grid's a little different than CrossFit moves. So it's been little things like getting used to, like, hey, don't drop the bar on your last rep because you have to pass it off to somebody, like stuff like that. I think it's little things like that that I'm most nervous about.
All right, you guys ready? We'll be outside, outside. All right, so first thing,
Okay, so you rookies, we need to learn every race. I don't care if you're in it, I don't care if you're not even playing today or at all. You need to learn every race, okay? The way you see it is you're an athlete, right? You have this sport, okay? Who's played sports, team sports before? Okay, football, soccer, baseball, whatever it is, basketball, but you knew the plays in a sense. Practice is to understand each race, whether you're doing it or you're not doing it. Because guess what? You might do it. We might need you in there. Echo and Triad are going to probably be the hardest races, and we need everybody to be on those. And even partner forward, we might need those. We might need people to do those things. Watch them, okay? Got two reps, 4 reps, 4 reps. 3, 2, 1, race! 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Watch the transition. 1, 2. 4 reps. 1, all the way up. 2, 3, 4. Guys first. Guys first. 1, 2. Extension. 3, 4. Notice the bar behind. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then they run out. Okay?
I need it for the end.
Right?
Find out.
So that was very fast, right? It's a very fast-paced movement.
We're all sports vehicles to some degree as athletes, and it's about what kind of gas you put in the tank. Heart and Soul is definitely a game changer. I can't imagine going back after taking a supplement like this.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to day 2 of Grid League at the 60th Mr. Olympia. We're getting ready for the men's triad. So let's get into the actual factuals. We have the 50-pound dumbbell burpee clusters. We also have 20 box jump overs at a height of 30 inches. We also have the 6-inch pistol stick jump overs. And we have the rope climbs that are at 4. We have the men's height at 15. Was that 15 inches?
15 feet.
15 feet, there we go. And the men's weight at the cleans is 185 pounds. We need 15 of those in the final quadrant.
That's right. We just saw female versus female. It's time to see male versus male. It's basically the same thing that we just watched, just a higher distance to travel for both the rope climbs and the boxes, as well as some heavier dumbbells and barbells. We saw the breakers become more victorious, female versus female. Now it's time to see the male versus male, and we're going to see how it shakes out here.
Stand by. Race! 7 dumbbell burpee clusters.
All right, they're off on those dumbbell burpee clusters. It's going to be a total of 7 at 50 pounds. Now, the Daytona Beach Venom, something to be said here. All 3 of the gentlemen on the grid have never completed a male triad or have even seen one online for that matter. So they're doing really well considering only 1 rep remaining for a few of these gentlemen. And it looks like Nick Andre is the first one to finish those dumbbell clusters. Sam Boyano, Mike Andre, Nick's brother, close behind. They're going to be tagging out for Alex Smith and Dilly Fullwood. All right, Nick was actually the first one to start those box jump overs, the rest of them close behind.
I gotta say that even though they may not be familiar with grid, sometimes you just gotta get in the fire and go for it, you know? This is all about strength, speed, and technique. Love seeing how these men are getting over these box jumps. And like I always say, I hope their knees are wrapped because they gotta protect that cartilage.
That's right. The Venom are actually doing pretty well in the transitions considering, but hands are coming up for the breakers first. Jonathan Restrepo coming off, Reese Lyons, Dakota Shackleton finishing that last rep that he has to do. Oh, and it looks like the breakers didn't know they had pistol stick jump overs next. Nick Andre finishing off that last rep, and the breakers were the first one to start those pistols. You got to make sure that you're not going to bump into your teammate. You always want to make sure that you're starting on the same time. That's actually slowing down Evan Newman over here because Reese Lions started on the same side that he did, and they keep on coming back close. But they are the first ones onto those rope climbs, so no matter for both of them. Sam Boyano confused about what to do here. Alex Smith finishing off the last rep there, and they are off on the rope climbs as well. They are almost done with the rope climbs over here on the breaker side. There's 2 reps remaining for Jonathan Restrepo, 2 reps remaining for Reese Lyons, and Evan Newman did not know that he was supposed to stay there. So hands up for all these gentlemen here. Once again, that's a height of 15 feet, not inches.
Absolutely. So we're seeing them in their body weight element right now. The breakers are moving along really, really well. They're ahead right now. They're already about to get to the cleans. So we're going to see if they can finish up strong. Let's see if the Venom can make up some traction here.
That's right. The Venom finishing up their last rep. Dakota Shackleton finishing his last rep. And once again, we see Alex Smith on the barbell, showing that he is a versatile athlete. Nick Andre coming close behind. The breakers all at the barbell at the same time, though. Nobody was started on that last barbell until Mike got there. One thing to consider, friends, you have to finish the reps on the specific station, not necessarily total reps, right? So you have to make sure you're going to the right barbell at the right time, because you have to complete all the reps on that barbell. 2 fingers in the air for Nick Andre. Evan Newman telling everybody to move out of the way so he could finish off the 3 reps remaining now that are to do. Nick Andre, facing the wrong way. The rep, and the breakers actually finished ahead for the male triad. It was anybody's there for a second. They got stuck. They couldn't do the cleans, touch and go there. 185 pounds, that'll get you 15 reps.
Absolutely, and the Venom had to make a late substitution right there at the clean, so that may have taken away a little bit of time right there. You don't want to make a substitution if you don't have to right there, but as you can see, the breakers took it. Great performance by both of them as well.
That's right. It looks like the breakers were more victorious on a gender by gender basis. Right now, the score is unofficially 15 for the Venom and 14 for the breakers. That's a difference of only 1 point. It's still anybody's match. It's going to come down to the sprint relay. We love when that happens. We'll be right back.
The sprint relay is the final race of every match and is worth an extra point for the race win. It is a relay race with 1 player allowed on the grid at a time and 8 elements to perform. Any player can perform on any element, and substitutions can happen at any time, except when a player performs the last rep of an element. In that case, the player must run back to the start line, perform a 4-point touch behind the start line, and sprint through to the finish line, permanently leaving the race. The next player may enter once the previous one has crossed the finish line. The only exception is the distance element that ends at the finish line with no sprint back required. The catch is, 4 men and 4 women must finish the 8 elements. The sprint relay is a great balance of strategy to decide which players in what order are the best combination, along with clean and well-executed elements by the players, to lead to the best race outcome for the team. Remember, 4 men and 4 women must finish the 8 elements in the sprint relay.
My fiance comes from a family of cattle farmers, and we understand the importance of supporting local agriculture and also how much work and effort it takes to properly raise good quality meat. I choose Grassroots because when we look at the packages, we see that it's been produced here in the United States, that it's grass-fed and finished, and even just looking at the meat and the quality of the meat in the package, you can tell by that deep red color that it's been raised correctly on regeneratively farmed lands and that it's a good quality cut of meat.
All right, here we go. We're doing a thumb war tournament to see which Briley is cooler. Sponsored by JerkFit. Loser.
3, okay.
Round 2, fight.
It's grippy.
Yeah, it's sticky.
Final round, fight.
Winner takes all.
Shoot.
All right, there we go. It's the palms. That's right.
And we are back. Our very last match, our very last race of the match, our very last Grid League in Las Vegas for the year, Byram, our sprint relay.
Absolutely. I'm just proud, and we are ready to look at the actual factuals of the sprint relay here. We're going to start with 20 deck to pistols, then we're going to go to 16 toes to bar, 12 dumbbell thrusters that are at 40 pounds, 8 ring muscle-ups, kettlebell overhead walking lunges, 2 for 53 pounds, 2 kettlebells at 53 pounds, 10 burpee jump over the box at 24 inches, and 4 rope climbs. So I like to call it organized chaos, but you're gonna see everything getting done. 275 pound clean and jerks as well. I don't want to leave that out, Cassie. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's the most important part. That's where you want to see the strong people come out and run, you know?
There you go. There you go. Be
Do
ready.
a little bit of running. But definitely this is going to come down to the sprint relay. The score unofficially is 15 for the Venom, 14 for the Palm Beach Breakers. Our most exciting, closest match, I think, this whole entire season, you know? These are two teams that are pretty evenly matched. It's very exciting. Whoever wins the sprint relay will take home the gold. And guess what? The Breakers just threw out that bonus flag. They're very confident. Either they're very confident that they're going to win this, or they figured it doesn't hurt if they're going to, you know, not go to the playoffs anyway. As we know, this matchup is worth double the points at the end of it. So whatever the differential is, for example, if the Venom win by 1, then it would be worth double. So that would actually be 2. The Venom would add 2 points to their point differential, while the Breakers would actually subtract 2 points, making them even more negative.
Well, Cassie, it's been a great match. It all comes down to this. Let's see what these two teams have closing out strong. Let's see who gets the win.
It sure does. Breakers threw out that bonus flag, so this one is going to be worth a total of 4 points. Critical. I think it's safe to say, without any definites, that this will be the last regular season match for both of these teams. Palm Beach Breakers, Daytona Beach Venom. Let's see it. Sam Boyano out here for the Daytona Beach Venom. This is his very first sprint relay, so he's not necessarily sure how fast it's supposed to go, I don't think, because just look at the
pace,
speed.
right?
Yeah, the speed of Jonathan Restrepo. He's switching in for Alicia Hicks. She's trying to go as quickly as possible as well, but look at the difference in the knowledge about grid, how close Jonathan stays to tag in Bethany Jackson so quickly. Alicia still has to go all the way close to the start line to finish all of those to 4-point touch. Of course, that's why we call it the sprint relay. You have the 4-point touch behind the start line to get credit for it. Hand up in the air for the Venom. 4 reps remaining. 1 rep remaining for Bethany Jackson, and she's going to be the first one to sprint towards the finish line. Last one for Alicia Hicks here. 1 more before she hits that 4-point touch, and she's going to sprint out of here as well. As for the 16 toes to bar, we have Sophie Davenport out here on that first set of bars here for the Palm Beach Breakers. Hannah Thompson close behind, going as quickly as possible, not finishing that swing all the way. You can see usually they'll do total momentum, but they're trying to go as quickly as possible for these.
Absolutely. And when it comes to this toe to bar touch, you want to make sure that it's your toes, not your ankles, and not your shins. And you don't want to forget the 4-point touch, because you can be so focused. We've seen it, Cassie. So focused on the workout, you lose your equilibrium, you run the wrong way. Very important if you want to get the reps to count.
Definitely. Sophie finished before Hannah Thompson there, both of them off the grid. Gabby Mostar coming in for those 12 dumbbell thrusters at 40 pounds in each hand. Once again, it doesn't matter what gender you are, you're doing the same way. Alex St. Germain looking absolutely so fast on these, but Gabby Mostar got there first, and she is going to sprint to the finish. Alex St. Germain finishing off those. She's also going to have to sprint to make up some time for the Venom here, because here comes Reese Lyons for those 8-ring muscle-ups. Once again, I've been saying it for the past 2 days. Reese Lyons, do not sleep on him. Definitely a contender for bodyweight specialist of the year for his team. Picked up a lot of slack where he needed to. Alex Smith as well. This is his second time on the grid in the United Grid League. 2 reps remaining for him. Reese Lyons is out of there, 4-point touch, and he is going to sprint towards the finish. Alex Smith trying to make up as much time for his team as possible. Let's take a look at Evan Newman over here. Beautiful lockout extension, wrist over the shoulders. Kettlebells are safe there. Oh, walking overhead lunge looks very good here. Here is Mike Andre. This is Nick Andre's brother. He is going pretty close to where Evan Newman is. Maybe not as pretty a lockout as Evan Newman has, but looking very strong there as well. It's getting closer and closer. The Venom are able to catch up just a bit here.
Listen, do you see how their faces look as they do those lunges? That is some of the hardest work you will ever see in grid. Yeah, there's a lot of heavy work.
That's a fault. I'm sorry to interrupt you. That's a fault from Mike Andre. He has to go back to the last hash mark. And Vita Betterkind is already on those burpee jump over the 24-inch box with a hand in the air. Mike struggling for those last reps. Oh my goodness, he is struggling there. He has to finish the lunges all the way through the finish line. Meanwhile, Vita Betterkind already finished her element. Here comes Tori Height to try to make up as much time for the team as possible. Dakota Shackleton coming out for the breakers. This is going to be the 4 rope climbs, and look how fast he is, friends. I don't suspect him having any trouble completing that. Tori Height with a hand in the air. Only 3 reps remaining, but Dakota has 2 on the next element. There's a lot to be done here for the Venom to make up ground.
Yeah, he's flying up that rope. Listen, the breakers are well ahead right now. It is what it is. You're going to try to see if they can finish strong the Venom will, but as we can see, it's been a tough race, and that fault there on the kettlebell overhead lunges, that's a tough mistake to overcome.
Definitely. Here comes Dilly Fullwood doing a great job on the rope climbs. He's really good at these. He's doing them legless if you see him. It looks like that's the fastest way for him to do it, trying to make up as much time as possible. But here comes Joshua Newell already on the 2 clean and jerks, and that is good. All he has to do is come back, hit that 4-point touch, and he takes home the bacon for the Palm Beach
Breakers. He's celebrating. He's celebrating.
That is a Palm Beach Breakers race win and a Palm Beach Breakers match win against the Daytona Beach Venom here. Their very second in franchise history. I know that means a lot to the entire team. A team of almost entirely rookies. Nick Andre trying to finish to get that 1 point for his team, but he is just taking it. He has to finish 1 rep. He has to finish 1 rep.
Come on. He took too long. Come on.
Now he has to sprint for real. Yeah, there we go. 18 seconds. No doubt in my mind that he's going to finish off and get that 1 point credit for the team. Ooh.
Okay. He was taking his sweet time out there. Good thing he picked up the pace there. Great win by the Breakers. Back to the drawing board a little bit for the Venom. They're not going to give up, but we're going to see what they bring back in Florida.
That's right. That's the end of the season for the Daytona Beach Venom. The Palm Beach Breakers still have an inkling of a chance to make it to the playoffs, and it's the 2nd win in franchise history for the Breakers. So how exciting is that?
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure Matt Hornaday, the rest of the crew, they're feeling some type of way about what happened here today. Paul Bear, part of the team and rebuilding the team, making sure that he has a team that he's proud of, and to call the Daytona Beach Venom here.
Yes, great try by the Venom. They put their best foot forward. Way to go. They got a lot of heart. It's okay. We know what this is. The game is the game. You just want to get better, keep stacking the wins and points, and we're going to come back to the next grid and see them perform at the highest level again.
Definitely 2 very exciting, pretty closely matched teams from Florida. Can't wait to see what they pull out next season. It's going to be very exciting, and I'm so glad that we had the opportunity to be here in the beautiful city of Las Vegas, Nevada, with the whole team. Not the whole team, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Hurricane Milton left some people out. For those of you at home watching and supporting us, thank you. For those of you here and helping us to do all the staff work, everything that we needed to be picked up because our friends and loved ones couldn't be here from Florida, thank you for that as well. Thank you to Mr. Olympia for having us, and to all our sponsors, Peachy Athletics, Olipop. What an amazing opportunity we had here. I'm so very proud to be part of this community and with these people, and to be beside you, Byram, and talking about this sport that I love.
Hey, I've had a blast, Cassie. You know, broadcasting next to you has been a blast. You are a powerhouse out here, full of knowledge, and I'm continuing to learn. It's only my second match, I guess you would say, so I'm still learning, folks at home, so forgive me if I've misspoke on a few things. We're going to tighten it up, and let us know if you want to see more of us, Cassie and I. So we're going to keep rocking and rolling, and we hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Great 2 days, right?
Yes, thank you for watching. That's the end of the regular season until we come back in November in Fort Lauderdale. So it's going to be a great time. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you like and subscribe so you're notified anytime that we go live with a new match or a new video. And follow us on Instagram at United Grid League. For now, I'm Cassie Martinez.
And I'm Byron Allen.
Stay hungry, Grid League.
Finish your breakfast.